Hi, this is Mike, and welcome back to 5 Minutes of Fantasy Sports. So, today I want to let you in on something that's kind of a blessing and a curse at the same time. I think it'll make more sense once I explain it to you, but this is something that's only available in the Yahoo app, and it is the player chats. So, when I found out about this, I thought it was a little silly, but I actually spend more time on it than I probably should, but it actually does have some usefulness. So I'm in the Yahoo Fantasy Football app, trying to show it to the camera here. I got my team selected. I'm looking at football right here. And so say I'm trying to figure out today, tomorrow, whatever, if a player is going to be eligible. If you click on the player, it should bring up his own screen. And then in the bottom corner, there's a little discuss button. And so what you can do is you can kind of go through and read what the comments people have put. Sometimes the comments are kind of annoying, to be honest. Sometimes they're just asking you about a trade they want to do. Like this one says, CPAT for Diggs. And then someone says, is that fair? I would keep CPAT. I wouldn't. That's not very helpful. Then they say, is Cordarrelle Patterson playing football this week? If he is, expect 2 points. Basically, what it does is it goes through and, the quality of the comments are only as good as the posts. But if you don't want to check Twitter, if you don't want to check Instagram to try to find out if your player is playing, you can just kind of scroll. And if you're a fast reader or a good skimmer, you can take a look. Most of it isn't very useful. But I remember one week I was looking at Austin Eckler, whether or not he'd play. And there was like 5 or 6 messages saying, his Instagram says he started himself in fantasy football. So if Austin Eckler is starting himself in fantasy football, then the idea is he's going to play and he's going to probably try to do pretty well. He probably starts himself every week. But anyway, I'm just kind of scrolling through the chat right now. But it's one resource to use, and it's only available on the phone app. So if you have a mobile phone, Android, I have an Android, but it's worked on iPhone as well. It's just another way for you to get some information quickly on a player. And, it could be a 13-year-old and their kid just being a goof. It could be someone who's done a lot of research posting as well. So there's no real way to know. But it's kind of fun. You can put comments in if you feel like being silly. You can be silly. You can ask about a trade. I'm looking at Antonio Brown now in the player chat, and there's people saying like, I need to start him. Why aren't there updates? Should I trade him for Austin Eckler? No one's going to take that trade. Anyway, it's got all kinds of stuff in here. So it's kind of useful. It's kind of going to be a shorter episode, but I did want to talk to you about the player chat. Football seems to be more used than basketball. I'm looking at basketball now, and I click on Robert Williams, center for the Celtics. There's 73 comments. It says, get well soon, time homie. Williams will be forced to sit at least one game due to left knee tendinopathy, but coach Ime Udoka is optimistic that the injury is short-term concern. CBS. That actually sounds useful, so that might be real, or it could be made up. Out for sure. Team tweeted it 5 hours ago, but Yahoo sucks, so Salvador's not a fan. Yeah, I did say he's out anyway on the app. So anyway, player chat, it's funny. Sometimes it gets a little crazy, political for no reason, something about vaccines or whatever it might be that day. But if you don't mind wading through some nonsense, you might be able to find something that is actually useful in there. Kind of like my podcast. So anyway, that's the tip for today. Use the player chat. Just click on your player and click on the chat button on the bottom. Here's James Harden. All kinds of comments about him. How can someone have so many turnovers? Should traded Brown and Sabonis for Bam and Harden. Did I win the trade? You're right, you did that. So anyway, read it over. Have fun with it. I tend to have fun with it. If I'm bored or something, I'll look over the player chat, try to find something useful. So anyway, that's all for today, and I'll see everyone tomorrow.